Welcome back to A to Z Sports. Andrew Goldstein here along with Zach Weiss. And now our guest in the studio from the Point Park men's basketball team, Asa Braxton. Asa, welcome to the show.
How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good.
I guess we'll just start with the obvious about you. The past 2 weeks you've gotten an honor of AMC Player of the Week. What has that meant for you, and how has it been just being that guy that's just been really stepping it up these past couple of weeks and helping the team out?
It feels good. I mean, I gotta blame it on my teammates. You know, they keep feeding me the ball right where I need it, in good places to score. So you gotta give it to them. They just keep everybody on the team's a scorer, so it opens up for other players to get points. So I'm just in the right place at the right time.
You guys had a really exciting weekend. You won on Senior Day on Saturday, then you come again with a big win against Fisher on Sunday. Kind of bad weather, so I'm sure there weren't as many fans as possible, but how much are you really trying to get the home court advantage, at least for one game in the AMC playoffs?
Oh yeah, we would love to get a home court advantage. We've been playing so well lately, and I mean, the crowd on our side can only help us, so whatever we can take, whatever we can get, we'll take.
I have to ask you before we get into even more serious stuff. We have to ask you about the nickname. We heard that Cody Williams, the PA announcer at the game, was going Ace Boogie Braxton. So is it just dancing? Is it just what got that nickname for you?
I just had the name since high school. I'm not quite sure how I really got it, but people just start calling me Ace Boogie, so just kept the name. Sounded good. I had a little catch to it, so I fixed what ain't broken.
So, you transferred here this year from Seton Hill. What did you see in Point Park on the team or in the system, or even from Coach Rager, that really pulled you here as opposed to anywhere else?
I like the offense. I had people that told me about the offense is like a run and shoot team, and that's basically how I've been playing for my whole life. So it seemed like it fit just perfect for me, and then all of a sudden it did.
Has there been just the most satisfying moment for you in terms of just beating an opponent, or just the most satisfying personal moment for you just this season that you felt amongst yourself or just amongst your teammates?
Most satisfying moment? I have to say, personally, I have to say that Wilberforce game when I went 9 for 10, that was just an amazing thing to me. That's never happened to me in the game before, so that was very satisfying. I think when we beat Fairmont, that was extremely satisfying. We really got to see the potential that we had on the team. What else? There's been a whole bunch of moments, but I really liked that Fairmont game. We really showed what we could do as a team, the potential we have.
So you've been shooting threes like crazy, really along with a lot of the other guys on the team too. What kind of feeling, do you have in a game? Is it like you kind of know you're going to be able to do this tonight, that kind of thing, or, is it just something you can do all the time, or do you have to it has to be the right day to be able to do that?
Basically, once a player recognizes he has the green light, everything changes. Like the confidence goes up, and then you feel like you're just in the zone all the time. So it's really just recognizing that green light and going with it. Just riding till the wheels fall off, basically.
So we were both in the Student Center gym exactly a week ago today. I was heaving it from half court, and you were getting some shots in before you had to go on the road there. What exactly, that kind of inspired me to ask, what exactly is that pregame routine? What's that pregame routine for you? So you got to get that right feel for you to have those good performances.
Right. Basically, I'll just go in there and shoot around and get that feeling of being hot. And then I just try to take that feeling and transfer it to the game. Just, it's all about the visual, you know what I mean? You see the ball going in, you feel it before the game, and then it just transfers over to the game.
So with just the one game remaining here on Saturday against Damon, how do you keep focused on that one last game? Because it's still the regular season, and then shift over right into the playoffs on Tuesday. But how do you keep focused that you know, there is a difference between the two games.
Yeah, of course everybody's thinking about playoffs, but we just take it one game at a time. That's what Coach always tells us. We gotta win one game before the next one. So we're going to put all of our focus on this game, beat them. Hopefully we get the #1 spot, and then our mindset will be on playoffs, and take it from there.
For those of you just joining us, we're with Ace, Boogie, Braxton. We got to ask you, we played it in to start the lead. We asked you for your favorite song, and you gave us Lil Wayne 2 Shots. So we got to, that kind of inspires the usual, the what's in your iPod kind of thing. What do you have to listen to before a game to get yourself going? Without profanity.
Yeah, I had to check the sheet real fast. I put this song on repeat, and I'm just playing it the whole time. It's basically like a team theme song now because I just played it out so much. So now that's just what I play before the games. It's just in my head. I can't help it.
So, have you you know, enjoyed playing on Point Park this year?
Yes, sir. It's been an experience. I have like the best of luck my previous years, and this has probably been the funnest year I've had so far. No doubt about it.
I have to ask you about the brothers Hetherington. They have just been absolute forces this season. What has it been like just playing with those two?
Oh, those guys seem unstoppable. They can do it all: slash, shoot, kick the ball. Shoot, with them on the team, it's just like it opens up for the shooters so well. And they can shoot themselves too. Besides, like beyond, they can penetrate and shoot. So it's just like triple threat with them. So with them on the court, it's all good.
So when KDKA came to do that feature on them a couple weeks back, what was that experience like for the team? I know they came to one of the practices. What was it, the game? What was it like to have you know big time TV crew and camera during your practice and at the game?
It just showed that. It just basically showed like the importance of that Point Park to like mean something, you know? Like it's not just little basketball, like this is on big news, you know, like we mean something. So when they came, it was just like, hey guys, we can really do something here. People started thinking about nationals after that, you know, so special team here.
I have to ask you about the fan support. The fan support has just been, you know, huge. It's always been huge, but now with the new logo out and the new herd, it seems like the fan level is just being taken up a little bit now that athletics kind of has that image.
Yes, sir. We feed off the fans. We love that. I mean, there hasn't been too many home games, but when there are home games, we love it. We just feed off it. The electricity in the gym is great. We can all feel it. We love that.
So, what do you think of the new mascot, the Bison? Made his debut during your game on right before your game on Saturday. What do you think about him?
I like his dance moves. I like it. I like how he moves on the court. But yeah, that Bison gets the crowd involved. I like it. Anything that gets the crowd involved, I can dig it.
So you wouldn't say he's a museum exhibit, would you? That's what he's been referred to as.
Really?
Well, since he's a brown color, you know, he looks kind of like he'd just be sitting in a museum, I guess. But you like it though?
Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it.
All right, this one's a left field kind of a question. Andrew and I were actually talking about this on the ride home from, I think it was Sunday's game. If you can combine the skill sets of your player, all the players on the team, into kind of like one body, like the shooting game of, the intangibles of, that kind of a thing, who would you associate like a couple things with and why?
That's a tough question. You want me to pull
like specific traits from other, you know, from the team into one person, and this is, you know, the best basketball player. If you're combining all the abilities of the entire team into one mega player.
Who would that player be?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what Zach means is like, would you take the free throw shooting of TJ, the speed of Robbie, the rebounding of Dante, that kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, definitely the rebounding of Dante. Devon's inside presence is just unbelievable. TJ's penetration is like ability to see the floor. Robbie's shooting, and his penetration is getting even better too, and his passing game is getting better. Who else? EJ, he's just such a big body. The way he slashes to the hoop and is just so aggressive. everybody on the team. Jimmy's shooting, like even players that really don't get in that much, they contribute so much in practice. It's just everybody has their what's the word I'm looking for? Their importance on the team, you know.
Well, I forgot the one question I was going to ask, but the other question I have is about EJ. I mean, he comes in mid-season. He's undersized, and he is just able to sky up for those rebounds, and it's just a spectacle to see every time he's out there.
Right, and we need that too, because we're not a big team, but we got heart. So just the way EJ can just go in there and slash and bang around, he's a big boy. So he grabs those rebounds, and we need that. We don't have a lot of tall players, so I got to give it up to him for that.
This is a team that was not really healthy for the first month or two of the season. You had Jamar with the shoulder, Josh with the hand, a lot of other little bang-ups. Devon wasn't 100% in the early going. But have you seen now, really ever since the break-in in the second semester, second part of the schedule started, that the team is really able to come together and has a lot more chemistry now maybe than they did when they were all injured at the beginning?
Oh yeah, we definitely had our downs, but like you said, with Buck coming back from the shoulder injury, that's a tough thing to come back from. He came back and he just contributes any possible way he can. And everybody basically just came together as a team, kind of like it all came together right at the right time. So that's going to help us a lot, a whole lot, especially in the playoffs.
I have to ask you about the counterparts, the Point Park women's basketball team. They're doing very, very well as well. I'm sure you've gotten to see a lot of them and a lot of their personality on some of the bus trips. But what do you make of their season so far?
I think the new basketball coach he's doing his thing. I mean, he came in there just this year and he turned that whole girls team around. And now they're like top in the section. So we gotta give it up to him, and I gotta give it up to the girls too. They play hard every single night. So I believe that's why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, if you had to give us a team MVP, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but if you had to give us one team MVP, who would it be this season?
Team MVP?
Because it's been a real team effort. We all know that a lot of guys have contributed during a lot of different games.
Right. Everybody contributed. Let me think. Team MVP. Why not just give it to Coach Rager?
Very nice.
Coach Rager, you know that?
That'll get you out of any possible trouble.
You don't have to do those push-ups.
That's 10 less suicides.
You'll get some extra minutes for that.
I have to ask you about, I'm sure you prefer to stay at home. Obviously, you guys have to take care of business on Saturday to do that. But looking forward, you guys are the number 3 team right now going into the playoffs. And just how huge is it to have that playoff spot secure and just your team starting to come together at the right time?
Exactly.
Right now around this playoff time.
Right, yeah. We definitely need that. I mean, of course, we're focusing on this game coming up. It's far away, them road trips. It's easy to get distracted on a road trip. But, no, we're just going to keep focused, and basically, the team feels good. The team feels great, matter of fact. And we're all right where we need to be. So we're confident going into this next game.
Well, we've asked it to every athlete we've had on our show this year, and normally Zach's the one that asks it. But I guess you weren't here last year. But the new Point Park Athletic logo with the bison, do we even? I mean, you know what it looks like. What do you think of it?
It's just a logo to me.
Just a logo to you?
Yeah, it's just a logo. Yeah. So whatever it looks like, we're always gonna be the pioneers. So. That's all there is to that.
You have anything else you want to get out there? Anything at all?
No, that's about it.
All right, well, guys, that was Ace Boogie Braxton, and we are at the top of the hour here. So next segment, we have an exciting segment, the beginning of our partnership with the Pittsburgh Power. Top of the hour with the Power. We'll have Lil Wayne play us a little bit to commercial here, and when we come back, top of the hour with the Power here in the Voice of Point Park, 670 AM. WPPJ Radio.